The commute up to Arlington, Texas from San Antonio, I decided to go the back way, 281 for most of the drive. It takes about 5 hours, a little leisurely pace versus slogging along on the freeway, Interstate 35. I like this route because it's going through the hill country and ranch land. No strip malls, very few track homes. It's almost all open space, although I don't know how much longer it's going to remain that way with the rapid development, particularly between San Antonio and Austin. It is rapidly filling in. I'd love to buy some land up here. We keep looking, and I keep stalling, and interest rates and real estate prices just keep getting further and further out of reach. So I got to drive on past to the arena to offload, and it worked out that I actually was able to leave my van underground overnight for the first evening. Got almost every lens and camera in my inventory loaded in the van for this one. The 2 FX9s, an FX3, Burano, and every PL lens in my little arsenal. But first up, I need to offload some footage. I've been shooting all of the news work for the past 10 or 12 months on one XQD card, and I'm handing off all my cards for the show to DIT. So I want to, obviously back all that news footage up. I regret not saving some of my early border work. Fortunately, like the first 2 years of drone work, I didn't save. I actually thought it was on a card, and I accidentally formatted the card on a corporate shoot. First day was just building cameras and a blocking rehearsal. Unfortunately, I can't show 2 of the days. It's like media blackout, no social media. But some of the later stuff I can show. It's already aired. It's done. Ryan and I are building cameras. Ryan's based in Nashville. I met him on the first time working on another shoot up in Montana. You can check that out on my vlog. We basically divided and conquered. I built my cameras and lenses since I was familiar with those, and Ryan focused on the other packages. All in, when we're done, I believe we had 5 FX9s, 2 FX3s, and the 1 Burano. Everything was running PL lenses except for the 2 FX3s. One was on a gimbal, and the other one was just a wide shot up like second balcony. It's the first time I've had all my Canon zooms out working on a single project. So my 30-105, 15-47, which are a matched pair of cine zooms. Everything I have in PL at present is Super 35 coverage. I haven't moved up to full frame. So we ran obviously all the cameras in Super 35. And then Brent, another shooter that you've seen in my blogs who does a lot of PBR stuff. He's based in the Phoenix area. He brought his 2 FX9s and an FX3, and he's running all Fujinon glass. Ryan's getting his ARRI follow focus tuned in. I'm actually not familiar with this model. It's newer than the ones I've seen in the past, but it's the first time he's paired that unit with the Canon 30-105. So he's just dialing in all the witness marks. So one nice thing about these 2 compact zooms in particular that I've been super happy with them in the time I've owned them is they've got numerous witness marks. You can see every inch, and there's decent spacing between them to be able to do closer focus, precision focus pulls. Good for obviously tabletop and almost macro photography, but they don't in fact do macro. People have asked me over the years why I own so many Canon lenses over Fujinon, and it's an easy answer for me. I shot videos for Canon for 16 years. First started talking with them in 1999. My first project was Q1 2020, and I steadily worked for Canon USA right up through 2016. My clients there, my 2 primary points of contact, moved on. One retired, and the other one, I think, just got promoted up to a different division. And gosh, 16 years. It was a great gig, but I was also ready to open up my calendar and take on some new commercial work. I should add too that I bought all of those lenses with income earned from production. The division of Canon I worked for was not the optical group, so no access to any special pricing on cinema level or broadcast level optics, although that would have been amazing. Check out this killer video assist VTR cart. I thought those square things on the top were Astra LED panels, but they're antennas for video. We were short on carts, so I ended up running my onstage cart for one of the cameras with my custom shelf, and I added a cam strap because the bottom bar on the onstage is the releasing lever to fold up the handle. So if you accidentally release it, it's going to cause the camera to pivot and crash. Gino, we moved to Texas at about the same time. He's based in Austin. We worked together in California for like 20 years. Gino jumps between sound mixing and cam mopping. Always on the road, almost never. I think the only times he works in Texas are when I run into him. So this was my last couple of days. I was down low in the shark cage. This is what I built the wooden riser for. I don't know if you can see there, but I had to scavenge out of the trash can a couple of 2x4s because I didn't bring apple boxes, because for the last like 5+ years, the cage has been the same height. And this year it was like a rounded setup I wasn't familiar with, and it was a little bit taller. Or no, I'm sorry, we had dirt inside. So they put the dirt down in the arena, then they put the cage on top of the dirt. And in years past, we go in on the concrete and then the dirt backfills outside the cage but not in. So at any rate, my box wasn't tall enough, hence the 2x4s. And to make room for all those zoom lenses in my van, I had to remove the apple boxes. And coming up, I'm going to be a little light on the vlogging because I have just been getting crushed with work. It's been fantastic. Looking through the calendar, so far this year is the busiest year I've had since 2018. Certainly my busiest year since I moved to Texas, which was 2020. I don't know. It's amazing. The phone keeps ringing. It's not from any effort on my part other than, I guess, showing up on time and minimizing the mistakes. But the turnarounds have been brutal. I've had my alarm set for 3:30 in the morning, got like 4:30 call times, and then I get home and I'm so wiped. I just crash out and sleep. I've been working mostly outside, and it's hot now here in Texas the last couple weeks, like 82 to 100 degrees, and I just haven't had the bandwidth or the mental clarity. We just wrapped today, my last 2 days on a 14-day run. So days 13 and 14, we're up in Austin, medical patient interviews. Okay, a little lens envy or just frustrated with the cinema tools for television. This is a 10:1 zoom from wide to tight, 30 to 300 millimeter in Super 35 on the Burano. I've got the peaking maxed out in red. It's my aging eyes. I got to start wearing readers. This is my first year where I got to move my head back when I'm looking at the viewfinder. So I got the follow focus on there for opping and focusing at the same time. Now the broadcast camera has got an 86:1 zoom. So here's what that yields. So I had a little bit more than a head to toe versus boom. And one of the other cameras had a newer Fujinon UHD capable box lens that was 120:1. Good comparison of my old man model versus current. I missed that little transit connect. That was so fantastic zipping around in the city. Perfect size, and a sliding door on both sides is awesome. I wish this ProMaster, I know they offer it in that model. I don't think I've ever seen one out in the wild. But I do wish I had a door on this side, because I would have built shelving or cart access both sides. What's so great about outside broadcast camera chains is all the additional signal routing that's available to each camera from the truck position. Multiple returns for picture and sound. So often you'll run a prompter and different return. I've seen the preview side of the switcher going out on the return to help line up box shots on shows. So Ryan's wearing a pair of David Clark aviation headsets. I wanted to get a set of these for a long, long time. It's just so pricey, but buy once, cry once. I'm wearing the single muff that I think travels with that camera. Ryan loaned it to me so I could hear the truck and kind of get a heads up on the next gate that's about to open. And I'm wearing earplugs because it was so loud. And then I've got the volume near maximum on that single muff. Be much nicer to have passive noise canceling, cranium style like those David Clarks. Maybe I'll buy them for next year. I'd like to get them too, just for the random days where I'm a sound mixer in a loud environment. I've got a pair of 3M Bluetooth style that work really well, but I haven't tried them for work. I've been using them for construction projects to listen to music. Each video, last couple months, someone asks about my blue bone conduction headset that I've got on. I bought these for the gym so I could hear people when they walk up and talk to me, but still listen to music and podcasts. And instead, they've become invaluable for me shooting live TV because I'll call in for news. I'm calling into the PL line or the control room or feeds to have comms during our hit. And then I also wear the in-ear earbuds to listen to the live audio from the correspondent. And I don't like the over ears because of the headband thing, and I'm outdoors and I want to be wearing a hat to keep the sun off my face, hence the earbuds and now the bone conduction. My phone is always on silent and I miss a lot of text notifications. I just don't feel the vibration when I'm working. So with the headset on, I can hear notifications and respond to work inquiries.
The new home of professional bull riders. Team competition is here to stay. He is the heart and soul of this team. Looks like she performed when she needed to. PBR will be live in over 80 million homes. On air and free on the Merritt Street app. Watch PBR all year long. PBR and Merritt, never miss a ride. Well, we're really excited to bring PBR to Merritt Street Media, and let me tell you, it is going to be over 300 hours of live action.
Running this old school analog Preston Microforce Zoom controller. It's so old it doesn't have the reverse switch on it. So on this lens, I have to run it with the big gear so it'll clear the focus side of the lens. Maybe next year I'll wire in a reversing switch so I can run the small gear, which gives you more torque. Also, I'm thinking I'll buy the Tilta wireless follow focus zoom or focus demand for the handle next year so I can have 2 studio handles, because that killed my shoulder being out arm extended 4 hours daily. Pull and focus. And note to self for next year, this Harbor Freight mechanic stool is good for about an hour, but 4 hours daily, it doesn't have enough foam padding and it's too small of a diameter. You're like one cheek at a time. Next week's vlog, I'm back on the cable news grind, doing live shots from various locations at crazy hours. We can check all that out next week. Thanks for watching.